Hi, Mark Homer here, and we are on site at Aspect in Peterborough city centre. The building is now over 90% complete. Lots of people are living in the building. We've tenanted something like a third of the building, and construction is continuing at pace. Before I take you inside and show you everything, make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, so unlike most of my other developments, we've actually got 2 lifts in this building, and they're big enough to take bikes as well. You go up the building, big 13-man lifts, helps all the tenants get the furniture in and saves those legs up and down the stairs. So we're going into the site now, and as you can see, all of the ceilings are open. All the mechanical and electrical pipework, cabling, all of that stuff is going in currently. So through here you'd have all the hot and water feeds, you'd have the Ethernet cables for the internet, you'd have big power cables which is taking electricity to all of the apartments, and obviously there's a lot of fire stopping. All of these boards in between the flats creates a compartment, effectively protecting each of these flats from fire. We've been really aware of how residents in blocks like this want high-speed internet. And if you look up at the ceilings, we've got over 60 of these Ubiquity internet Wi-Fi receivers and senders, and we're getting over 130 meg through Wi-Fi on our phone. I've never even seen a phone go that quickly. Really big since the pandemic. People living in buildings like this, they need high-speed internet. Often they want to plug in as well. So we're making sure that that goes right throughout the building with a proper hotel-style system. You absolutely, when you're doing any of these types of buildings, any sort of conversion or HMO or whatever it is, you want to make sure that you're putting high-speed internet throughout the building. And I'm talking fibre. It might be City Fibre, it might be OpenReach through BT or maybe Virgin. You want to get a 1 gig line if possible. So this is one of the larger flats. We're actually furnishing it, putting up wallpaper, got light through multiple elevations, and I've given them all sort of white goods, including washer and dryer. Big thing with these is you want to get them all with a 3-year warranty because they'll go wrong. So yeah, loads of space and LVT flooring for all of that, spillages and things like that. So we're on a top floor flat now, 4th floor. We've got great views of the cathedral. We put these balconies on every level, tends to get the units let a lot quicker. Residents love them, a little bit of outside space, nice for a little coffee in the morning, maybe a croissant. So part of the building is now tenanted. What we did was reach practical completion on a section of the building, and then to section that area off so that residents could come in from the high street with a different entrance, so clearly they're not going through the building site. That was quite a big thing with a big scheme like this, where we phased it, creating the different entrances as we release each phase. So we're on the final furlong now, not long to go until completion of the whole building. It's been quite a journey from a sort of 2-storey, pretty ugly, monolithic Marks and Spencer's to come to this building, which I think you'll agree looks great and enhances the city centre with some sort of lovely elevations. We had a question from somebody who was wondering what they should think about first when doing a commercial conversion. And I think the most important sort of 3 things are, firstly, can you get planning consent, or even better, can you use permitted development rights to convert the building without using planning permission, because your life will be so much easier if you can. The second thing, which is clearly huge, is what are the flats going to be worth when they're finished, and what can you buy the building for? And the third thing is, what can you convert or build it for? So you need a good team, you need a quantity surveyor to come round and work out all your costs. You need a very good estate agent, probably take 10% off what they say, to tell you what they're going to be worth when they're finished. and you need a really good planning consultant to show you how to utilise those permitted development rights and whether you need planning permission or not. So I knew I was ready for a deal like this after I'd done sort of 5 commercial conversions. I worked up over a period of time. I did bigger and bigger buildings over many stages and worked up to this, which is my biggest development. Single lets are awesome. Buy, refurb, remortgage is awesome. The issue for me in going back to individual units is the lack of scale. The amount of time it would take me to do one. Clearly, portfolios can be interesting, but small individual single lets aren't quite of interest to me now. Your professional team on a project like this is absolutely key. You need the right architect, the right planning consultant, the right engineer. You really need, if you're going to build it yourself, a great quantity surveyor, a contracts manager, a project manager, and then you need great subcontractors. But if you're using a big sort of main contractor, you need to find the right one. Because I built this project myself, my construction knowledge through the process of this build has increased hugely. Clearly, every day we've been dealing with subcontractors, we've been dealing with materials, we've been dealing with all of the different cut and thrust elements of a construction site as a main contractor. And clearly there's a lot going on a site like this, legally, health and safety, cost of materials, and making sure the programme is tight is absolutely critical, especially when you've got a bank involved. So I'm really satisfied with this project. Now we're through, we've broken the back of it, and we're nearing completion and the building is starting to fill up. These are the more interesting times. So this is a landmark project for myself and for Progressive, and there's so much satisfaction in actually finishing it and delivering it. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.